maybe it won't pop as much.
It's going to sound better, smell better. Fucking.
Well, I guess we'll know when I say pee. You know. Okay. So we're back after 5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
Welcome back.
Are you still off TikTok?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been getting these TikToks lately. I typically don't get sports stuff in general, except for some reason on YouTube, a bunch of MMA. I'll watch top 10 lists all day on MMA.
Sure.
Don't know why. But lately, I've been getting lots of sports TikToks where it's these guys just like in front of the camera and they just look at the camera and they lick their lips the entire time.
I don't like that. I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. But then they're trying to be serious, but they're clearly like, because they're trying to be like hot dudes also at the same time.
What are they about?
It like the ones like try to guess like the all-time leaders for like sports teams.
And then they lick their lips and then guess?
Yeah, and they'll like say like fucking Packers, and they'll be like
Donnie Hudson.
Aaron Rodgers. And then they're not doing it ironically. Like they're
Serena Williams.
And I don't even know if everybody notices it because I don't go through comments like you guys do to see it. But it's like,
hey, I'm off the TikTok game, baby.
It's very annoying
it's just
for me
you looking
though.
at these little boys.
they're like, it's always like 4 or so dudes that like swap back and forth who's sitting in front of the chair and who's recording and who's asking the questions.
We can do those videos.
Yeah, we could do those videos. We could
yes,
make tough.
we could.
But no, because that required me to remember back more than a week.
Sure.
So I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually used to be really good at sports facts.
Yeah, you used to be good at a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, but sports facts was a thing that was like actually all the time. We talked about this not that long ago.
Then dementia.
Then dementia hit me.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
Early onset.
Really, really early onset.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-20s onset.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this before.
Who?
Me, you, and T-Rog. We
Yeah.
were talking about what did you check out in the library when you were in like elementary school?
I didn't read books.
Yeah, but you were forced to check books out.
No, I wasn't.
Really?
I can do whatever I want.
But in elementary school, they made you check out books. You didn't have that?
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Captain
that's what I figured.
Underpants.
Yeah, I used to check out, what's the blue one? Order of the Phoenix?
Yeah.
Thought that cover was so sick. I'd check that one out like
Sports Illustrated.
once a month. No, I'd get a lot of like Packer books. Like I'd read about Packers. That's why I like for the longest time Bart Starr. I used to say my favorite football
quarterback was Bart Starr.
Was Bart Starr.
And Donnie H.
No, just Bart Starr. I liked Ray Nitschke a lot too. Linebacker for the Packers, if you didn't know.
In 1972.
1960s.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow. The golden age of football.
The golden age. Back when they were ripping fucking heaters on the sidelines, going out there whooping ass, and probably going home and beating their wives.
And they deserved it back then, you know? It was a different time. It was a better time.
Well, because they'd get home from practice.
Sure.
Then also they'd get home from being a mailman.
Yeah.
Because they had to do both.
They had to work a second, and then they were a janitor at night.
And then at night, they were the third shift janitor. Let's call them what they are. Third shift janitor.
Because somebody had to clean up the arena.
And then when they get home, there's no fucking meatloaf.
Mm-hmm. They just start lipping off, saying like, "Honey, how was your day?
Honey, how was I was in the fucking mines all fucking day."
It's interesting that
make me not want to kill myself.
With basketball, you can. It seems like the arrows of basketball, they like. Every player kind of leads to the next era, you know?
Yeah.
There feels like this connective tissue, and they just keep going back and and also the championships count. Like the history of the sport, all is encapsulated. But with football, it's just like a hard cut at the Super Bowl. Nothing before matters.
Yep.
Nobody gives a fuck. And then
except for to us.
Right. Except for
we're 16-time championship winner.
Right.
Packers.
But but we had 4. So
Lombardi trophy.
So then that, and then, really, people only care up to Joe Montana, and Dan Marino. Who do you care about anybody prior to that era? I don't even know who he played against.
I mean, it's just weird, right? Because Joe Montana's the furthest back quarterback that I'll respect. Because you give me Bart Starr, Joe Namath, Johnny Unitas. These are just football players that they were about it. They were just the best kid.
They seem like
They were the
Abraham
best.
Lincoln.
They were the best. They were the best kid on the blacktop, so they threw the ball around.
Is that what it is?
They were the captain, and that's it. Yes, so what? They were able to throw it 50 yards. Granted, they were holding it from the wrong side of the football, so it was actually kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys were talentless fucking scrubs.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's why we don't give a fuck about.
But they could take a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't do much. They
Yeah.
could take a hit and they can give a hit.
Yeah.
They would beat the fuck out of their wives.
Oh yeah.
They would give some hits.
Oh yeah. That is a thing that just
When were black people allowed to play football? Could they play? They obviously couldn't play right away.
I think that they played right away.
No chance.
I just don't think
They would beat their wives and hate black people. That's what football was.
that was kind of what they.
That's what it
they
was.
were for a bit.
That's what it was.
I don't know if that lasted long. I think the Super Bowl era.
See, that's what it called blends. You don't know. I have
See,
no
because
idea.
I'm trying to think of that Super Bowl one team, which I do know a decent amount about. I'm being honest. I don't think that there was a black person,
Not
at
a
least
si-
on the
probably
starting,
not. Yeah.
on the starting roster. Yeah, because you had Paul Horning, Ray Nitschke, Bart Starr, even their tackles.
I literally don't know shit about the history of football.
Yeah,
And there's this the NFL.
God, it was probably actually because I'm trying to think for the first few. I don't think that the Jets when they won, I don't think that they had one single black person. On
I
their team.
used to when somebody back in the day, you know how you have to make team names for a fantasy football thing, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
I used to just throw in the Negro League names into my team names, but
the what?
Negro leagues. You know what those are?
No.
It was when sports were segregated, right?
Oh.
They would have. It would be
Oh.
called literally the Negro Leagues because they wouldn't let black people play.
Oh, you really threw me off by I was like, do we got to cut it? Did you just slip, man?
The Negro
Yeah.
Leagues.
Yeah. I was just
Yes.
watching Horrible Bosses 2. That's why I thought that you slipped. That's one of their first thing. Their names are Nick, Earl, and Dale. And if you say them all together
gotcha.
really fast, and they were like, yeah, just go to that.com.
Yeah.
And Keenan was on it from Keenan and no, not Keenan.
Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah.
Yes. He was
Not
on
black
there.
people look alike.
And no, I meant to say Keegan, but I said Keenan. And he goes, yeah, you got to change the name. It really caught me off guard.
I used to just I thought it would be funny to put obviously a horribly racist
Oh, yeah.
time as a name, but as soon as you have to start Googling, what does that mean?
Yeah.
The joke really it's just the Negro team names. I don't even you can't even think of it. It's some crazy shit.
I mean, I used to do the same thing, but that's just because I was an edgy douchebag kid.
Right.
I used to make every time I made a guild name, it'd be Cool Kids Club, all with K's.
Oh,
And,
right, gotcha.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, it was not very cool.
Very cool. Here's some: the Homestead Grays, the Indianapolis Clowns. What? That's fucking crazy. The Pittsburgh.
But to be fair, those kind of, you know what they kind of sound like? You know the randomly, you ever,
the Kansas City Monarchs.
they're the randomly generated high school
Sure.
football team names
Mhm.
when you play an NFL 2K, whatever.
It just makes Negro League teams.
Yeah.
So we have been gone for quite some time, and in our time of absence,
2 or 3 weeks, right?
we have added no segments. I actually had, since we're might as well keep talking about horrible things. I thought of the segment idea that I thought would be fun to do until I realized how diminishing it is to one party. So essentially, I was gonna compile all of the past 20 years that I could think of, the most newsworthy rape allegation cases, right? Kobe Bryant,
Okay. Ben Roethlisberger,
Louis C.K.,
Louis C.K.,
Crystalia.
Crystalia, I don't think is up there though.
But I was gonna go across
Bill
them
Cosby.
and go like, "Is he a rapist?" Right?
Yeah.
And you were gonna answer it, right?
Okay.
And I thought that's fun, right?
Hey man, I'm not a misogynist. I always side with the women.
Well, the thing is, right?
Mhm.
It becomes fun. You're like, "Oh my god!" Like, and then you're like, "Wait, but those girls got raped." Like,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
like, some of them definitely got raped, and you can't be like.
So it's a fine line to walk across.
So yeah, I didn't know if I could do that.
Hey man, I don't think you can.
So I opted against it. I thought about it, and maybe one day somebody can.
Hey man, at least we were here to witness your growth. You talked us
Yeah.
through your growth.
Yeah, so I thought
When
about
it-
doing that segment, and I didn't think it was a good thing to come back to. Is he a rapist?
That'd be a pretty fun game show though.
It would.
You
be.
should pitch that to NBC or something.
Well, it's just
Wait, what even channel is our game shows on?
Well, it could be the off. Like you say, is he a, and like you have the host. It could be me,
Mhm.
and then as soon as the
Or
person.
hear me out. Let's get like Louis C.K. or Bill.
No,
Cosby.
no. It has to be me or somebody as a host, right? Anybody, somebody with talent,
Yeah.
presumably.
So then why are you saying
And yeah, I know, not me. And then you have like 2 or 3 guests, right?
Mhm.
And as soon as it doesn't matter what they say. As soon as the contestant speaks, the whole audience has to go, oh,
Oh.
and then no. That's what I mean. And they're like, "What did you mean then, buddy?" It can just be a bait for the contestants to say something horrible.
That's a good show, man.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? Like, would you have like a mascot for this game show or something?
That's a good question.
Do like just real sexual innuendos? Like, just make like the logo for it, just like, is he a rapist? And throw like an eggplant and like stuff on there.
I was
As like
thinking more of like
Like
I don't know,
hidden cocks.
No. What's something for sexual abuse? What's like a logo?
Martini glass.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Put a roof over a martini
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah, so that's maybe that's the best idea.
Yeah, man.
Because as soon as you start
hey, man, some people might not say that you're onto something, but I think that you're onto
well, as soon as you get a guest starting to defend Bill Cosby, right?
yeah.
Hear me out. He has a great oh, man. That could be not bad. Write that one down.
Hey, man, it's already written down.
Yeah.
These are what you call what's that thing when like 2 people have the same exact thought and like
Parallel thinking.
yeah, parallel thinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what you and I had because it's already in my notepad from years ago.
Yeah, you've had it.
Yeah.
I've had that written up for years.
I've had that one written down for a bit.
The other thing that had happened in these couple of weeks, a pair of our friends got married.
Yep.
Is there anything specific you want to talk about?
That one of them's a complete piece of shit for completely delaying this podcast today.
You know what? For one, it delayed it, 20 minutes?
An hour. We've been messing with it for like 40 minutes plus.
But now, this might sound better than it ever has.
Maybe. Or it doesn't.
Or
Maybe
it
the
doesn't,
sound doesn't even
or
work.
it doesn't work, and we're doing
Yeah.
this for an hour for nothing.
Yeah, we might
It
be.
still looks like it's recording, right?
It still looks good.
Yeah.
So
So,
let's hope for the best, you know.
you want her to get hit by a bus or something?
I do. But with budget cuts and stuff, we don't have somebody listening in at all times anymore.
know, we had to
we
cut them.
we had to fire Eugene.
Mhm.
So
Wow, deep cut.
deep cut.
Do you think anybody would be like, they
Well,
mentioned
they
him?
mentioned Eugene. No. Hey, man. All you're asking is, hey, do you think that Mike's going, I remember when they said that the first time. I remember. You think that he's just he's over there fucking working
Hell yeah.
he's just working.
This is what we've been working.
He's driving on the way to work, and he just starts fist pumping. Oh my God, they mentioned you fucking Eugene.
Yeah.
Only I remember that.
Man, those are the days.
I mean, also sometimes T-Voss tunes.
Do you
in,
remember
so-
those eras?
Yeah.
Stars in our eyes, hope, dreams.
Yeah. Like, oh, we're going to start something. Yeah, we wanted to do segments all the time back then too.
I know.
Oh, we got to come in and just fucking write things down, and
Yeah.
Now I come here with fucking poop and shit. Dude.
Yep.
Fucking
That happened to me today.
cum and dick. You know what I'm saying?
You ever just? I mean, the way you know what? It doesn't. I don't need any fecal matter topics. That's so 2018, dude.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
That's so 2008. Speaking of
we got
fecal,
growth here.
speaking of fecal matter, though, this place no longer smells like
How's
fecal
it?
matter.
So
right?
you were talking to me about how some days you just you go to bed and you don't ever want to wake up, right?
Dude, are you my fucking therapist?
You know what I'm talking about? You remember when you mentioned that to me?
Yeah, one-on-one. I did mention that to you.
Yeah.
I told you
How
about
about a clean house, dude?
my depressive thoughts of just laying around and
Yeah.
not wanting to leave bed. Yes,
But how about the clean house now, right?
the house is clean and it's nice.
It adds. It's like a little bit of a. It's nice,
It's nice to wake up to.
and that's what life is, man.
Yeah, I mean, waking up. The only thing is now I think about every little fucking thing that I do.
Good.
I've been taking Metamucil so that way I don't blow up the fucking toilet.
Good.
I'm like, constantly wearing sandals down into the basement now.
Instead of like, so it doesn't track into
Yeah,
it.
so that way I don't just like pull up my fucking basement dust shit and rocks.
Good.
What else? Showering.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's all about taking. That's what mental health is, taking care of just little things, and every little win pushes you into the next one, buddy.
I know.
And then one of those days you'll wake up and you go, "What? I do want to wake up." That's what it's about, baby.
Dude, the only reason why you're on mental health and you think that you're just like cheering me up right now is because you've been watching Smiling Friends.
Oh, nuh-uh.
That's just, hey man, what next? You're gonna take me to Daveland? Is that what you want to do?
That's a good show, but we're not here to talk about that.
Yep. Our friends got married. God, that night prior to the wedding was so fucking funny. We all
I guess we can. You know what? Way to bring it all together. How we discovered Smiling Friends.
Yeah, we all took edibles. And,
yes, it was the last night before our friend Tyler gets married.
Signed his life away.
It's the most. But hey, you know what? We had a good time. The
Yeah.
fellas stayed at.
We circumcised him.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yep.
that was cool.
We shaved a Milwaukee Buck into the back of my head
Yeah.
in the hopes that they would win the championship.
Hey man, it looked sick,
It
and
looked
we
fantastic.
only lost because you shaved it off.
So
I don't like that everybody was like, shave off the buck before tomorrow, and I was like, it looks good.
yeah,
I was making some.
it did look
you,
good.
You came up to me and you said, "Does it actually look like a buck?" And I said, "Does the Mona Lisa look like a woman?" Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
But then you full on Banksied it and just shaved it off.
Well, yeah, right. I had to.
What was the other fucking? I made another fucking deep cut.
I can't remember.
It was-
This is what happens when you don't do a podcast every week. It just
Yeah.
slips. It fades away.
Yeah, but I was able to call back to at least that.
I know. I mean, that's
Pretty good.
with the dementia.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
We take every win we can get.
I know, man.
We take
One win
everything-
at a time.
Yeah.
One day.
And one day you might get out of bed.
Yep. One day.
Mhm.
Yeah, we took edibles and just had one of our friends just give us his top 5 lists.
He is
Very opinionated.
combative,
Yes.
ready. He loves arguing, much as do I, and most people.
And not like in a bad way either. Like some people that argue a bunch, like
He's
it pisses me
he's
off.
not trying to win. He's just so
Because no, it's not that he's not trying to win. In his mind, he's already won.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
trying to he's not actually he's not arguing with you because there's no argument to be had in
Yeah.
his mind.
Yeah.
In his mind,
Yeah.
there's never been an argument.
Yeah.
The things that he says are objective,
Yeah.
not subjective.
Well, no, here's what's funny is that
he also has subjective opinions.
he does have subjective opinions,
Mhm.
but we were asking for the objective opinions
Yes.
that he claims that he has zero bias in
Yes.
his objective opinions. Should I pull up?
I can do it pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
go.
the one thing that I remember, I remember the music artist. We go, give us your top 5 objective music artists. And
So-
then I started off because you guys aren't even in on the conversation yet. You guys are all being high on your own.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so like, if that's like, I was like, what's your top 5 music artists? He goes, I was like, but objectively, like, who do you think everybody should think the best
Yeah, it's like
top 5 are?
if everybody on the face of the planet Earth, if you pulled them,
this would be the top 5.
this would be the top
Number 1, Queen. Number 2, Paramore. And he says that to me, and I cry of laughter.
Because Queen, you're like, well, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue.
Like Freddie Mercury, obviously a phenomenal vocalist,
They're not-
like an all-timer.
And we're also not talking about like bands. We're talking about musical artists.
Yes.
So you can think of like any solo act,
Mhm.
any
Michael Jackson
Michael Jackson
wasn't
could have
wasn't even named.
wasn't even in the top 5.
Then
The
he gives,
Beatles weren't in the
then
top
he gives
5.
me his number 3, Linkin Park. And this is when I go, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get everybody else involved.
Yeah.
And I go, hey guys, what do you guys think Brian's objective top 5 list are? And I was like,
Well,
and I told everybody, I
If
said,
it's not Queen,
I said,
Paramore, Linkin Park, then I don't know. I don't even want to
I
talk.
said, raise your hand when you guys hear something crazy.
yeah.
I go Queen, and everybody goes, everybody does the.
Okay, so here's what's
that's-
funny. Is
Nobody
that
raises their hand there.
Brian, I think, we were trying to prove it to Brian. We were like, okay, you're gonna say the list, right?
Mhm.
And you're gonna see how wrong you are because nobody will say anything. We will just raise our hands when
Yes.
we do not agree with the pick.
And he goes, Queen.
Everybody was
Everybody
like,
goes, I already know the list at this
Yeah.
point. And then he goes, Paramore.
And,
everybody
100% of the room goes and raises their hand.
and all the high people are just crying of laughter. And like all the other guys are just like, yeah.
So what's funny about it is one of his college roommates,
Mhm.
Casey.
Yes.
Casey lived with like that group
Yes.
for 4 or 5-ish years,
Mhm.
and he was like, I never got it before. He was like, I would just walk in on them, and they would just be arguing every day. And he was like, I thought everybody was getting mad at each other.
Mhm.
And he was like, it took me a couple of years of living with them until he was like, oh, they just like to argue.
Yeah.
It's never been about
Yeah.
like proving anything.
Because even T-Rog likes to argue a bunch. Yeah.
yeah, with T-Rog, he won't
Well,
ever.
Well, we all like arguing. Our
Sure.
points. Like, I mean,
But sometimes I can't do it with him. I'm just
Yeah.
like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
That's most of my friends. But with him, I'll just be
Not me.
done arguing. And even if I say, like, hey, I'm wrong, you're right, I'm done,
Mhm.
he still wants to keep fighting.
yeah.
And he'll just start picking at something else.
Mm-hmm. And then if you don't feed in, he'll attack you.
Yeah. He'll attack your insecurity.
Yeah. But then number 3, Linkin Park.
Yeah. 4.
Number 4 was Eminem. Number 5. This one took him a long time because I think that he got too hung up on like objective and subjective, but then he still just went for it anyways and threw Katy Perry in there.
Right. Right.
And he goes, but my subjective list, she's like number 2. She's number 2.
So yes, it has.
She's way higher normally. We then go to movies.
Okay,
And
I got the list too.
this one wasn't even give us a list. He just
this is what had started my fixation on Brian's the inner workings of his brain.
Yeah.
Because I had seen The Invisible Woman pre-pandemic with Brian in a theater, and we walked out of that movie and I was like, that was a surprisingly good movie.
Yeah.
I'd even say like maybe great.
Yep.
And the reasons why I like it are for why you should like the movie.
Mhm.
It was good. It's pretty good. Right?
It's good suspense thriller.
He walked out saying definitively,
Yeah.
it's a top 15 movie of the past 20 years.
No, top 5.
No, well, he walked out of the theater saying it was top 15.
Yeah.
And as the years have gone on,
Yeah.
it has jumped to a top 5 movie of
past 25 years.
of the past 25 years.
Yes.
And we were
And because he says this, right? And this is a opinion that he gave. I don't think that he's ever like gone through a list of movies and gone, this one's there, this one's there.
because I was like, you
because
can't just say that because it's not true.
because you then have to know your top 4.
Yes. Yes.
like you have to know the other 4 of that top 5 in order to make that. But because we then were like, all right, we're going to start throwing movies.
We're gonna go through all
We're
these
throwing
movies,
shit at the
and
wall,
we're gonna
hoping it
prove
sticks.
to you that you are wrong.
Yes.
And we went through basically all movies,
Yeah.
animated, non-animated. Don't even throw international movies at him because no chance.
No chance.
You would say he would scoff at the idea that anybody non-English speaking could make a movie.
Did he even throw like any of the World War II movies or anything like that?
Well, out of the time period, that was always.
Well, no. I mean, like, there's like The Pianist. You got like, Saving Private Ryan. Like just movies that like are like Schindler's List.
Schindler's List out at the time.
Is it?
Yeah, Schindler's List, 1991.
Oh, okay.
So that was an issue. Is that sometimes we would find a movie and he'd be like, "It would be, but it doesn't qualify in the time." And here is what we started.
But then also, so he started because we started naming them, and he was so set on it being top 5. He for sure we'd say movies, and he knew in his mind
that they were better.
But then because
he couldn't admit that he was wrong.
He was like, "Well, that's like 6 or 7."
Yeah.
7. That's over 6 or 7.
But had we had brought those movies up earlier in the argument, they would have been like 3 or 4.
If we never brought up the top 5 argument,
if we would have never started numbering them and writing them down, he wouldn't have like placed a number on them.
So these movies that you had texted me aren't actually what he said the top 5 are. These are the movies that he was like, all right, yeah, they should have been, but because, the top 5 thing. The things that he actually put above are
Prisoners,
Dark Knight, Iron Giant,
yes,
Shooter. Those are the ones that are above it, and that's like his definitive list.
Yeah.
Then it's also
here are so okay. We're really going past all of them. We have to dissect each one.
Yes.
So Prisoners,
yes,
pretty good movie.
Pretty good movie.
I love the director, Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, good actors in it.
Good actor, not Heath Ledger. Excuse me. Wolverine.
Hugh Hefner,
and Mysterio. Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman.
Yep.
And Paul Dano, the Riddler.
Yep.
All great performances. Makes sense.
Paul Dano, good as always.
Would it be in my top 5 in the past 20 years? No.
No.
But you know what? I respect it.
Good movie.
The Dark Knight.
Probably in everybody's top 5.
If it isn't, I get it, but it's probably in mine.
I'd say that it's in almost everybody's top 5. Definitive.
Iron Giant. One of the greatest animated movies ever made, I'd say.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Never seen it.
That's fine.
I was scared, and I want to say I was petrified
to
even mention it in
That's fine.
his vicinity.
It didn't matter.
I thought that he was going fucking. If I would have said that, if he would have attacked me, I would not have been surprised.
So here's the most. It was some. I don't know who brought it up.
No. You want to know how this one was brought up? Is I go, who's your favorite actress? He then said it. I don't even know now. I'd have to look it up based on the movie.
Keep talking. I'll find it.
And I go because he becomes obsessed
He's
like
more obsessed with the actor or actress within the
usually
movie.
Usually actresses and like women singers, like just like famous women celebrities.
Is it this one?
No, that's not.
Well, is it Kate Mara?
No.
You're thinking of Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because of that, Olivia Cook.
Olivia Cook is the actress?
Yes. That's his favorite actress of all time. And
okay, so we'll keep
it's
going.
It's an 81% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hey, I'm sure it's a good movie, right?
I'm sure that it's a good movie, yes. But because I knew him, I asked him what his favorite actress was. I looked up the movies, named that movie. He goes, Yeah, that movie's good.
Yeah, if we would have named it earlier, it for sure would have fucking taken it over.
This one, I'll let you say this movie how you said it every single time.
Okay.
The next movie. Say it how you said it every single time that night.
Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
No, the next one.
Oh, hold on.
Because do you know how you said it each time?
The Butterfly Effect.
No.
Shooter.
With.
Oh, Shooter with Marky Mark.
What other shooter is there? What other shooter would I be talking about?
It's because
it was so fucking good.
I
love that guy.
Because Shooter, it shouldn't even be in the fucking conversation. It shouldn't even be in the conversation. And that's okay, that one's clearly better than the Invisible Woman. What are we talking about? It's the fucking Invisible Woman.
Holy fuck. And that's definitively in his top. That's in his top 5.
It's 4.
Yeah, that's number 4.
So
you kept on saying
here's another one,
right?
right?
It's so funny that you kept on saying Shooter with Marky Mark. To clarify for everybody else.
Yeah, what Shooter is. Because have you seen Shooter?
No.
I didn't even know it existed. I'm clarifying for the normal people.
Yes.
Shooter with Marky Mark. What other shooter?
What other shooter is there?
Okay. Ask me the best actor of their generation. Like, ask me that question, and I will answer for Brian. Or whatever the question was about the best definitive actor.
What's the best definitive actor?
Logan Lerman.
Yeah.
Logan Lerman. And every person was like, Logan Lerman? Who the fuck is Logan Lerman? It's the kid from Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
What was the movie that he really liked by him?
It's Perks of a Wallflower.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes. Yeah. I mean, and he wouldn't put that in his subjective list. That's in his top 5.
Yes, but in the objective.
The objective list,
gets why.
10. It's 10. Yeah.
And he goes Logan Lerman based on literally 2 performances. Fury and Perks of Being a Wallflower. Yeah. And I was like, name one other fucking movie by him that's good. And he couldn't. And I was every time you started like to pick apart his arguments, he would go, no, and I would go like, you're crumbling.
Because it's so funny also because like you said, you just pick it apart and he would just crumble.
Because he doesn't have anything to stand
then
on.
You go to like the actor argument, right? And like I get it. Your favorite movie, like I don't know what my favorite movie might be like Beautiful Mind or something, right?
Okay. Sure.
And like I'm not going to say that fucking Russell Crowe or whatever is the best actor.
The best definitive actor of his generation or any generation for that matter.
Because like even like don't say that Leonardo DiCaprio is your number 1 actor, but I guarantee that you can name more movies than Leo's and fucking Logan Lerman. What the fuck?
Yeah, not Denzel.
Not Denzel.
Not Brad.
Nope. Not fucking
not Tom Hanks.
Matt. Not fucking Matt.
Not even Marky Mark.
Not even Marky Mark.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah.
I mean, it is definitive.
Yeah, I know.
So, if anybody's keeping count, for the ultimate rankings, Prisoners number 1.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
I think that Dark Knight was number 1 for him.
It might be, right?
Yeah.
And here's the funniest one. We said Mulan, and he was like, that would be in, but it wasn't in the time.
Yeah.
Well, it was.
It
wasn't in time. And then he goes, well, then it's not in. And he just changed it. So it was that definitive. It was like, all right.
And then Law-Abiding Citizen.
Law-Abiding Citizen was another one that could have. And also potentially Butterfly Effect.
Hey, and don't get me wrong. And it was very funny because I kept on trying to like go, hey, Brian, I love Paramore. Don't get me wrong. You throw on Misery Business, I'm screaming the lyrics to it.
Yeah.
Don't get me fucking twisted.
Nope.
Will I ever say that they're a top 5 fucking artist? No. Butterfly Effect. One of my favorite movies. Like, it was the first thriller that I think that I've ever seen.
But is it a top 5 movie of the past 20 years?
No. No.
It's not even in the fucking argument. It's not even close.
I don't even think about it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say shooter. Prisoner.
Butterfly effect.
Mulan.
Butterfly effect with Ashton Kutcher.
The Perks of Being a Wallflower with Logan Lerman.
Oh, man. That guy, I legit could. I never want to get high again without listening to that guy talk.
I mean, no need. I mean, you can go to a wedding with him where
Yeah.
he's in the Grand March. He's part of the bridal party.
Yes.
He has responsibilities
Mhm.
as to the groom and the bride. All he essentially has to do is go through the ceremony,
Yep.
right? Hang out, take pictures, and before we eat dinner, walk down with your pairing, grooms. What's a bridesmaid? With a bridesmaid. Maybe do a little dance.
Yeah.
Go to the table.
Yep.
We're all called out. We're ready to go. And Brian Berlin and Sarah Metropolis. And we look. I'm like, Brian, you got to go now.
Come on, Brian.
He is in the bathroom, maybe about 70 feet away from where he should be.
Yeah.
It's marble floors.
Oh, yeah.
We're in dress shoes. Not
Yep.
a lot of traction.
Zero traction, some might say.
He sprints from the bathroom. He cartoon falls like he slipped on a banana peel. He throws a screwdriver in the air. Not a screwdriver.
Not like a physical screwdriver. Not like a
A
Phillips
vodka
head.
orange juice.
Yeah.
The tall glass shatters. He's on the ground, eyes closed. The next pair has to go. The audience is like, "That's not the right people." They think the announcer messed up.
Yeah.
All of us are like, "Brian, you gotta get up. What are you doing?" Oh. And I was like, "Get out there."
I missed all of this because I was the first person out.
And then we pushed him out, and I didn't talk to him the rest of the night. He was like,
He proceeded to take all of his food off his plate and eat it off the table.
eat it off the table. And then when the dance floor hit, he never left.
Yeah.
One thing about that wedding, which is really funny, is there was a couple things that I didn't even think that were like was anything.
Mhm.
Here's the one that you know, right?
Okay.
You probably know them both, but the first one is the obvious one. The photographer went up to somebody, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a couple people. And he was like, "Is this like a normal thing that you guys are constantly kissing each other on the lips? Like all day?" And like he was like, "I'm not even taking photos for some of them."
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, for that wedding in particular, if I were to scream out to that, we were in a party bus, 30-some people.
Yeah.
If I turned down the music and asked everybody, describe Tyler Rogney's lips.
Yeah.
And I say, do it on three. I go 1, 2, 3.
Wet. Yeah.
Everybody knows it's that's how much we kiss. Is that
Right.
Everybody knows that Tyler Rogney's
Sure.
lips are wet.
Right.
Yes.
So that's fair. And then the other one, which is like I didn't even think of,
Mhm.
as soon as the music hit,
Yeah.
100% of the wedding party hit the floor. Everybody started getting down right away. Like, and
Did I do that?
everybody did.
Yeah.
It wasn't like oh, are we gonna be coy about dancing? We all started dancing immediately, and then the dance floor never slowed down.
Who told you that?
I heard that like constantly.
Because like I danced a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I know that.
But it was something that I didn't notice because like I was so like I
was worried about me, myself, and I.
I know I was so ready to get down
Yeah.
that I wasn't even considering the fact I was just talking to adults, right?
Mhm.
And they were like, "I've never seen a wedding party so ready to dance."
Really?
And I've heard that many times.
Mhm.
And like some people are like, "There's been weddings where I didn't see anybody dance."
Yeah.
And like some people are like, "Yeah, it's like so hard to get and it's such a flip." I mean, like, think about all the years that we would just go to bars
Mhm.
right when they started serving dollar drinks, just so we could start dancing.
Oh yeah.
We did that for years.
There would be bars that like people were like, yeah, let's go there. Let's go to that place.
Yeah,
And we like that was off of our checklist, and we would never want to go there.
yeah,
The Harp, for example,
Sure.
McGillicuddy's for the most part. because they didn't have dance floors.
Yeah, right.
Whereas like
yeah,
when
I gotta hit these floors
immediately when we were like 21, 18 to 20, 22, 23, it was Mikey's, Trinity. Trinity has 3 fucking dance floors.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna be there.
Hey, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Hey, is this dance floor fucking lame? Well, we'll go to one of the other 3.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It,
Yeah.
So I guess I never thought of it, and I didn't realize
You
that
didn't even
people-
pick up on it, right?
No, because
It was talked about.
because like I left a couple times even, and then would come back just hit the dance floor. I at one point went outside to smoke cigars, and just got lost in conversation with
Sure.
T-Rog's family,
Got lost
who
in
I've
your
never
eyes.
met
Yeah.
and never talked to in my life. And I just ripped an entire cigar, swallowed the entire thing, just never exhaled.
Yeah.
Um,
Just a whole scar.
you guys got another? And then I come back in and start slow dancing. It was very funny because we go to this wedding a few months ago for the sister, right?
Yeah.
The sister prior, we talked about this before, goes, hey, James, you cannot get naked at my wedding.
Right.
Because I got
Gotcha.
naked at like one of a party that they saw me at, and I just got naked and went down to slip and slide. Whatever.
You get naked within reason.
Yes, I love getting naked.
Yeah, you're not gonna get naked at the supermarket,
Yeah, I mean,
You're-
sometimes I might.
but you're gonna
Sometimes I do.
it's people think that you're like this unhinged like
No.
sociopath, right?
Yeah.
That just is cause and menace.
Yes.
It's
I'm a calculated sociopath.
it's all within reason, right?
It's all calculated.
Even if you don't remember doing it,
Yeah.
right? You're never gonna break the line.
I'll make
Sometimes you
people
do.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
it's-
make people uncomfortable.
but it's like, come on,
Yeah, come on.
grow up.
But so she says that, right? Very, very funny. I make jokes at it that night. But I come back in and I'm still wearing my jacket, which
Yeah,
is a weird thing.
You wore your jacket
I was-
for most of the night,
Yeah,
huh?
the entire night. And that married couple, they go,
Who think you're gonna get naked at their wedding, and it was like, that's the one rule.
That's
can't-
one rule.
You can't get naked at our wedding.
they go, hey, loosen up, take off the jacket, take off the tie. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I do that. And then I go, how about a little bit more? And I go, guess what? There's no rules at this wedding.
Yeah.
And I take off my shirt,
Right.
start swinging it around. I'm shirtless at this
Yeah.
wedding. And I go, how about the pants too? And then they both go, no, you can't do that one. You can't do that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, woo.
I start dancing shirtless for a
Yeah.
while. Prior to that, though, that same couple, funny story about them is next day they're talking. They're like, yeah, and we saw, Big Trev's girlfriend dancing with some guy, and then he had to step in and, started dancing with her because he was like flirting with her the entire
Yeah.
time and stuff. And I was like, no, that was me. I was dancing with Big Trev's girlfriend.
Yeah, it was me.
It was me, and I wasn't flirting. I was sad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey,
It's way different.
which was very funny because a slow dance song came on. I think that you might have been outside. So like everybody's girlfriend wanted to dance with me.
Sure.
It was Big Reg, Soko, Sabrina, and Elizabeth.
Okay.
All were like, oh, James, let's dance.
Oh, was everybody smoking cigars? or
But Big
something?
Reg, yeah, that's what it was. And Big Reg already was like, all right, because I was just talking to her like one-on-one, and she was like, all right, we're dancing.
Mhm.
And as like we were walking out, all 3 of them were like, ah, damn it. And that was the most approval
know.
I ever felt by a bunch of
You
women.
peaked.
Bunch of women getting piped down by other dudes. I was like, I'm on top of the world, baby.
I want to transition into this brew game
Yes.
this past weekend.
Yeah. You have better stories than I do about that.
Sure, because I wasn't really drinking like you guys.
Yeah. You were
I
able
was-
to fully
I can remember the entire night
Remember.
because I was driving the cars back.
I did one of the most impressive things I've ever done, though.
What's that?
We were packing up, ready to go, because I forgot who it was. What inning did we go in at?
We went in when the woman on the bike kept lingering.
Yeah, I know that, but like
What
inning?
inning- what
Do
inning
you
was
know
that?
what inning it was?
Probably like third or fourth.
Okay, like decently in. Somebody was telling me they were like, yeah, no, you have to go in right as the game starts now. They don't allow that in tailgate.
Who says that?
And I go, no, all you do is you go, yeah, we're about to back up.
Who
And
said,
then when they come back around, you go, yeah, no, we're actually backing up.
which is what we did.
And that's what we did. And you can just do that. But as that happened, I was like, oh, fuck. Well, we're like getting fully kicked out now. I don't want people to leave without me. I'm not going to go to the porta potty. I open up the 2 car doors
Yeah.
to pee right next to the car.
Sure.
But because that fucking girl was just fucking lingering on the bike.
She's about like a 67-year-old woman.
My cock is fully out.
Yeah.
And when you're about to piss and you're like drunk, you like
It's coming out.
It's like, dude, I'm not kidding. My whole shaft was filled with piss.
Yeah.
And I sucked it back in.
So did she sneak up behind you?
She goes, you better not be peeing right there. And I like lean over and I like do this like subtle thing where I leaned into the car and I was like, and I grabbed like, I forgot what I grabbed. Oh, I dropped my phone in there. I go, oh no, I just left my phone in here. And she goes, all right, because it kind of looked like you were about to pee. Dude, I'm not kidding. I don't know if a fucking little person was inside of me and just stuck a fucking straw in my wiener and just went and sucked the fucking piss back into me. But it was the most impressive. I like legit was scared. I was like, I patted myself down. I was like, did I fucking piss myself? Because I should have pissed myself. Because I was standing there for a good like couple seconds, like ready to go.
One of our friends' sister, who we never really met before, older sister, she tagged along with us, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad she came around. But she seemed a little like new people, not really fully accepting the group, or just not feeling comfortable. So I was like, don't worry. We do this all the time. We're going to be fine. Yeah. And she was like, I don't know. We're kind of getting kicked out. And I was like, no, literally, there's no issue. It's totally fine. We have it. Like, we've done this millions of times. And I think she had a good time. I think it was like, she got to witness like the full on, like, all right, guys. Yeah.
Then I proceeded to piss, like just on the sidewalk.
I just pissed my pants.
I just pissed on the sidewalk while we were walking down like a public street underneath a bridge. Just pissed, which I think is even worse than me. Just like the lady could have just let me piss right there. Like nobody was ever going to see my fucking cock.
It was fine. I mean, we were the last people in, anyways.
Yeah.
So it was, a good old time. The weather wasn't great, so that's fine. We made the best. It didn't rain, so that's cool.
Yeah, that was actually dope that it didn't rain. It being cold was like fine by me. So I stopped feeling it. Like
we get into the game, and we hang out the entire game. We didn't even leave in the 8th or anything like that.
Wait, really?
We watched 100% of the game. Well,
really?
When we left when the game ended, I couldn't say we watched.
Did we win?
We did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we did win. Yes. Yes. I know. Typically, I don't remember it either. I had to be responsible.
Yep.
So I stopped drinking. We brought a hot friend, one of our hotter friends, guys, and a girl that was interested. She was interested in this hot guy.
Yeah.
And she was just being a fiend of this man. Wouldn't just let him go. At one point, I hit my friend Alec and I go, look, and she goes, yeah, we're fucking tonight to us. And I was like, all right.
These dance moves?
Yeah. I was like, all right.
Awesome.
Well, and then we lost her. She just dipped out. So that never happened. She just like.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened there.
I guess she supposedly met up with us at Lefts later. I don't remember.
Not that I would know.
Yeah.
So I am in between the couple. Excuse me. I'm sitting next to the couple who got married, Beth and Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Beth is in the middle of us, and we're in bleachers, right? So obviously we're in rows of people. We have the one row, and there's people in front of us.
We had pretty decent seats.
We did, yeah. It's because they were bleacher seats, so bleacher seats are cheaper than. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I turn to Tyler, and he goes, "Let's just three-way kiss, Beth, me, you, and David right now." And Beth was like, "I'm not gonna do that." Right? He's just whatever. It's like a whatever.
Yeah.
And then this guy in a mullet and a hat, turns around, who's kind of been like talking to us, like trying to be in the goofs and gas, like a little bit. Like he thinks he's part of it, right?
Yeah.
He goes, "I'd like to see that." which then I think I started it and I go,
Gotcha, pervert.
I
That's
go
hilarious.
like, oh, you would fucking like that, huh? You're a real sicko, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a real. And then Tyler goes, wee wee wee, gotcha. You're a pervert, huh? And then
I heard that you guys just started going pervert alert, pervert alert.
his face gets bright red, right?
Yeah.
And it like, cause Tyler's going, wee wee. Now everybody's looking at him, right?
Yeah.
And Beth was like, and I was like, dude, this guy's a sicko. You're a real fucked up kind of dude, huh? And then the guy turns forward, and this is what Alec really killed. Tyler starts playing with his mullet from behind. He goes, "You're a real sicko, huh? You like this shit." Just starts playing with his hair. You're really sicko, huh?
Real big sicko. This fucking flow.
I mean,
Trill Bill witnesses.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
After the Wii, that's when he started. I mean, it doesn't.
That guy he catches things.
Alec does catch things. Correct. Trailbill does notice things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my girlfriend was saying, she was like, "You guys are kind of bullies, huh?" Prior to that,
When?
we like, I don't know, like, cause me and Tyler like making fun of people or something, right? And I was like, "I'm not a bully," and she's like, "Maybe you're not, right?" And then that thing happened. We don't know him,
Yeah.
and we embarrassed him.
Yeah.
He had a big old group of friends, right?
Yeah.
And we're all laughing at him.
Mhm.
We're laughing at the little pervert.
A little
We're
sicko.
playing with his little hair, and he had nothing to say. I mean, all he wanted to do was be part of the fun, and
Yeah.
then he was the fun.
Thank God that she calls you guys out on being bullies, because you guys love to call me out on being a bully.
Yeah, it's fun because you are a little bully.
I'm not a bully.
Yeah, everybody kind of is.
I'm strong.
I know, and you like to bully people.
Yeah. I got to show off my strength somehow. We're probably at that time, huh?
We are at 51 minutes.
Oh, really?
We have 9 minutes left.
I thought that we were starting
So
at 40.
with this time frame, I want to talk to you that I think is something you'd find interesting.
Okay.
It is not necessarily funny, but it's a video that I found. It's
Alright.
a YouTube video about the Weeknd and his transition through his eras of music.
Okay.
Now, when you think of the Weeknd, right? What musical artist do you think influences him more than anybody else?
Kanye West.
You think Kanye for the Weeknd?
Yes.
Personally, I would have said Michael Jackson.
Okay.
As number one. That's who I thought his sound was like reminiscent. Thank you.
Yes.
Of. That's like I always heard it, and he has obviously that single of Dirty Diana, right, where he sings it.
But it is Kanye. And it's
Sure, but I thought like musically the way he sings, like the voice, and you see that in his music. There's videos where he like literally dances like Michael Jackson.
yeah, very influential pop artist.
And this guy made a very good point that I didn't even realize. That song, Dirty Diana, do you know what it's about?
It's about cheating on your girl.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
With
Princess Diana.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It is about cheating. It's about overcoming getting seduced by the lust of like groupies being on tour and just like wanting to like fuck without remorse and giving into your
primal instincts.
correct.
Yeah.
And that is really like that song is pretty much this is basically what the video is talking about. Is pretty much what
Encompasses.
the Weeknd very early on is that like lustful fuckboy kind of energy.
Yeah.
And I never really put it like so that it's never been put so poignant for me, but that's really what the Weeknd really embodied early on.
Okay.
And I found that really, really interesting. And he also said that although he did a cover of Dirty Diana, he felt like the song that really embodied Dirty Diana, like that vibe the most, was like the Wicked Games, like his very first single.
Yes.
But then as as he transitions, like you can just like you can see him get more and more famous. You know, that guy started off. No one knew what he looked like.
Yeah.
Because he just put all of his music on YouTube, and he just let it speak for itself. I mean, people still think, but like people thought he was like a band, you know, because of the name. And that was really like intentional, you know, because
he wanted to be ambiguous,
and he felt that a lot of the current R&B/rap was really like person based. What is it like? Their appearance and
like what kind of persona they are.
Yeah, and and like he wanted the music to speak for himself. But as he got more and more famous, his music had to change around it. I Can't Feel My Face.
I really like him talking about that song, even about like what song is it where he talks about I Can't Feel My Face, where he goes won a Kid's Choice rapping about numbing off a bag of blow or something
like that. Yeah,
because the entire song is just about doing a bunch of cocaine.
Very true.
Did you just get that pop?
I did get that.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was.
But
yes, it is about that. And he if you even think about that era of his music, he never really had like a pop hit like that before, you know? It was all like moody and real heady music about you know, lustful and all that shit. But that song was like a banger hit poppy song, and it was just
played on all radios.
Really,
your microphone is just falling apart in this last little bit, huh? Look at that. 9 minutes. You couldn't fucking tough it out, huh? Couldn't tough it out for the last. You got to push down on the button, and the button goes towards. Yeah.
Hello.
There you go, buddy. And you're back. Welcome back.
Hey, we're back. We'll cut that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to see how he like transitioned from being like a complete unknown, and then the end to where he is now, to being one of the biggest like cultural pop stars, and having that real like performance art styled album, like the Blinding Lights album.
I mean, he had probably like one of the best. I mean, up until this year, one of the best Super Bowl performances as well. I think.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was a phenomenal. I mean, it looked great.
And each like public appearance that he had was in service to that album.
He also still doesn't do interviews.
None.
Yeah, you can't find interviews on him.
Yeah, I mean, he has some. Like, there's some like written interviews. But yeah, that I really, in an era of constant exposure to everybody, social media, like you have to push this, you have to push that, you have to do constant things, press, interviews, Instagram, all of it, TikTok, YouTube.
That's a big thing now, right?
Really,
by the way,
it's really refreshing to have one of the biggest stars just like do none of it. I mean,
detached.
A lot of,
for the most part,
Kendrick's like that too, and so is Frank Ocean.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I just found it really interesting.
But those are also greats. Like those are phenomenal artists.
Yeah,
I mean, them allowing their. I mean, you also do have to be good to an extent, and have to have kind of this ego, or something. To know,
you kind of have to think you're the shit.
And thankfully, those three like know that. Frank Ocean, obviously, I probably wouldn't put on the same level as those two, because I think that there's an argument to be made for Kendrick Lamar being the greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah, or Eminem.
Well,
I'm talking about Brian's
yeah.
point of view.
But there's an argument for that, and then The Weeknd, just like you said, is probably the biggest pop artist currently.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, and. Although I prefer his earlier stuff, I like that fucking eating pussy shit. You know?
Yeah, I know you did. You really related.
I love that eating pussy shit.
I love.
I was a pussy eater, man.
After Hours, the Blinding Lights album.
Yeah, I
love that album. I think that's my definitive favorite. It beats out all of them for me.
Mine's My Dear Melancholy, comma.
Come on, he made that album. You can't name a single other I mean, you're joking, but you can't name a single other song off that. Name any song after that.
So gently. I like all those songs though.
Name one.
I can't.
I know you can't.
But I do like all of them.
I'm sure you do.
It's the only album that I can listen to front to back and like every single song.
Yeah, because there's 6 songs.
Yeah, it's good.
He made that in like a weekend. Because he is the
Weekend.
nice.
Try Me, Wasted Times.
Very cool. Wow, look at that. I can read.
I Was Never There was meh. Hurt You was good. And Privilege is meh. But yeah, I like that album. I just also don't like his albums that much though.
With the
Trilogy is
last
my
like
favorite.
30 seconds, is there anything you want to say? Anything you want to talk about?
I love you.
Oh, see you later.
See ya. What did you want me to say?